What up, Outliers? Welcome back to vlog number 3 of my 2021 NPC Men's Physique Competition 12-week prep. This is my first ever Men's Physique show and I'm so excited. Whew! I'm vlogging the entire process. If it's somewhere in your brain that you want to compete and you just don't know how, or you want to see what the process is like, that's what these videos are for. All right, so today we're going to talk about programming. But before we do, make sure you scroll down there, hit that subscribe button, and also turn that bell notification on because you need to be notified for these episodes, people. If you're gonna follow along, you gotta do it the right way. All right, let's get into it. So, we're talking about programming, but before we do, let's recap the entire week. So this is week 1, day number 3. So we're not very far in, but man, has it been a journey. If you checked out last week's video, we talked about my calories, how many calories I'm going to eat in order to maintain my weight. Because I'm 6'1", I'm 175 pounds, I'm 3% body fat, I'm not gonna go onto the stage any less than that. So I'm gonna maintain the entire 12 weeks. Now this isn't advised, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So in the last video, we figured out that I need 3,500 calories in order to maintain my weight. This was a lot harder than I initially thought it was gonna be. So on that first day, I ate like I normally would. By the time we got to dinner, I only had 580 calories that I could spend. And this is not enough for a dinner when I'm starving and my stomach's rumbling and it's just, So I sucked it up. I swallowed my pride. My wife Heather and I, we divvied up my 580 calorie meal with some salmon and asparagus. And it was this tiny little portion that I don't think I've ever eaten anything so small before. With that realization that I needed to keep a keen eye on the things that I was eating throughout the day, I started doing so and I've been getting better at it since.
Today we got a protein shake, sliced apple, 1 banana, and 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Not every day can be my best, but man, it's still good to eat food.
I make sure that my breakfast is a little bit smaller. I really cook a good meal for lunch, and then by dinner time, I always make sure that I have about 1,200 calories to spend, so that way I have a little leeway room. Now, one pro that I really like about this contest prep, since I have to keep such a sharp eye on my calories, I've noticed that I really want to eat some good food. You know, like I can only eat a certain amount throughout the day, so why wouldn't I make sure that that food is something that I'm excited for? I really enjoy having that attitude, having that mentality towards my food. So that's a really cool aspect of this prep. Now, granted, it's only day 3 of counting my calories, so this might change, but I'll keep you guys updated. All right, so putting that aside, today we're gonna talk about programming. For my 12-week prep, for my first ever men's physique competition. So the first thing we need to talk about is the different splits you can do. Now, there's a traditional body part split, there's a full body split, and there's many other options that you have, whether it's 3 on, 2 off, 2 on, 3 off. Whatever you're gonna do, you just wanna make sure that you pick a program that fits into your life, because if it's easy to fit into your schedule, chances are you're gonna be more consistent. So what fits best with my schedule is a traditional body part split where I'm working out a single muscle group every day of the week. Sunday is back, Monday is chest, Tuesday is legs, Wednesday is shoulders, Thursdays is arms, and Fridays are strictly for core. Now those Fridays eventually will shift into a cardio day as I need. I really want to keep that cardio in my back pocket in case I need to end up increasing my caloric expenditure so that way I can lose weight fast before the contest if I need. And this is a common trick that you find within bodybuilders or men physique prep. This tip I got from the book that I'm reading called Bodybuilding, The Preparation Guide. Now I know I got that name all wrong, but I'll link it here, I'll link it down below. It's a great book, so much information in there. I really wish I got it sooner, but I have it now, and that's what matters. So getting into the workout, we always start with a compound movement. Now I am a huge advocate of the big 4. That's deadlift, bench press, back squats, and overhead press. These are fundamental movements that work out your entire body. So they're compound movements and they're the ultimate way to build size and strength. So these will always be what we start my workouts with. So we've broken up the 12-week prep into 3 different sections into each month. And within each month, these percentages and amount of reps are going to change. So initially, within this first block, we're starting with a 75% of my 1 rep max, and we're doing 5 sets of 5. So a really low amount of volume, but a heavy weight. So for example, if you're looking at back day, your compound lift is the deadlift. So we're hitting the deadlift for 75% of my 1 rep max, and we're hitting 5 sets of 5 reps. Now keep in mind that as these weeks progress and we get into the next block, that percentage will go down and that amount of reps that I'm doing will go up. So after the compound movement, we get into the accessories. And the accessories change from day to day. They vary based on what I'm going to be doing that day. But for the basic layout, it goes like this. There's 5 accessory exercises that we're doing. 2 supersets, 1 heavy single set, and 2 more supersets. After that, there will be 2 pump exercises, which are usually band exercises, but they're very high volume, so a lot of reps in order to get the blood flowing before I get into my posing. So let's check out a workout example. We're gonna look at back day. We always start with a warm-up. Now, I'm gonna be putting out a video very soon on how to properly warm up and cool down. I'm gonna take you guys through my entire warm-up and my cool down for each day. I'm gonna show you what that looks like and outline it just like this. So make sure you subscribe, turn that bell notification on so that way you don't miss it. So after the warm-up, we get into that compound movement like I was telling you. We're gonna get into the deadlift for 75% of my 1 rep max at 5 sets of 5. After that, we'll go into our accessories. So for this example, we're gonna do a lat pull down supersetted with bent over rows. We're gonna do 6 reps on each exercise for 4 sets. Next up, we'll superset pull-ups with a seated row. We're gonna do 5 reps for 5 sets. Now both of these exercises, these first 2, they're gonna be a lower rep but a higher weight. And that's gonna prep you for this heavy single accessory that you're going to be doing. So for today's heavy accessory, we're gonna do the landmine row, and we're gonna do 3 sets of 7 reps. Now these are gonna be heavy. You wanna complement your compound movement from that day that you did earlier. After that heavy movement, you're gonna get back into your 2 supersets. So following up the landmine row, we have the single arm lat pull and the single arm low row. And we're gonna do 7 reps on these for 3 sets. After those, we're gonna do some heavy shrugs and some good mornings to get a little bit of those traps in there and some good mornings to help out your hamstrings, because the hamstrings are an essential muscle to your posterior chain. All right, so we've hit the main compound lift, we've hit these accessories, we are pumped up, man. Our blood's flowing and our muscles are swole, but we wanna get that blood flowing even more for your posing, because you want those muscles to pop, you want that vascularity, and you want those veins just bulging, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get into the pump. So for the pump, we usually utilize these bands. It's just a great way to just overload your system. So we're gonna do 3 sets of 15 for a banded reverse fly. This is gonna focus your rear delts and your entire thoracic spine. After that, we're gonna hit 100 banded good mornings. That's right, you heard me right, 100. Now, this isn't consecutive, so don't worry, don't go crying yet, because you can split it up. You're just gonna wanna do 100 in as little sets as possible. And this is really gonna make it burn, so be prepared. Now after that pump, you're gonna get into your cool down, which consists of stretching and just really relaxing, controlling your breathing, and increasing that range of motion in your muscle. But we're not gonna get into depth in that because that's gonna be in a later video. So, like I said earlier, hit that subscribe button. You don't wanna miss it. All right, so you might be looking at this and realizing like, that's a lot of lat movements, that's a lot of pulling. Well, this program was specifically designed for me and what body parts I find that are lacking. My lats, my lower lats is something that I really want to improve on. And so we've incorporated a lot of row movements into this. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this program and realizing that some exercises there may be duplicates or a lot of. It's because it's designed for me and my lacking body parts. And it will change as the weeks progress and as I progress. A huge shout out to Coach Jay for helping me write this program and specifically designing it for me, my lacking body parts, and all the equipment that I have in my gym. He's a true homie. Go check him out on Instagram. I'll link him down below. So these workouts always consist of 2 hours. That's the maximum amount of time I've allowed myself for each day. And that also includes a 15-minute warm-up and a 15-minute cool down. And I found that this is the perfect allotment of time for this program. Now, this was just the example of the back day. Almost all the days really follow along the same schedule, but it changes per muscle group. For the arm day, for the big compound movement, we'll usually do weighted dips or we'll do a heavy pin press. And then for the core, it's normally a circuit and it'll be a little bit of a shorter day, around an hour to an hour and a half. Well guys, that's pretty much my programming, the entire plan for this 12-week period. It might change, it might slowly go one way or the other as I progress and as my body changes, but that's the point of this vlog. I'm gonna keep you guys updated so you can see the whole thing, the whole timeline. You guys are gonna know everything that unfolds as it does unfold. So make sure you like, comment, hit that subscribe button with the notifications so that way you get notified and you don't miss it. Let me know if you're liking these things down in the comments below. Catch you next time. Peace.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe, like, share it, do all that shit. Go get your pump on. Fucking get it. That's all you gotta do. Get out of here.
Stay after it, Outliers.